welcome to We're going to do a cast. My name is Zambrella, and with me as always is Xebenkeck.
Hello.
That was my attempt at Dota Cinema intro.
That's such a weird intro. Okay.
That was embarrassing. Moving on swiftly. Okay, on the Radiant side today we have Zeus going mid. He is Bamba, yeah. And we have safe lane farming, possibly. Semdead 2 on the Morphling. On the Ursa, we have Dondo Supamida. I'm guessing he's probably going to go wander off into the jungle, maybe. And on the offlane, we have Sir Chewbacca on the Clockwork. And on support, as the Ancient Apparition, is Partikias. That will do.
And on the side of the dire, we have Ballad on the Lion. We have Atient on the Bloodseeker. We have Milan on the Omni Knight. Mole on the Magnus. And Sveta the Slayer on the Elder Titan. And offlane Elder Titan with a mid Magnus and a tri-lane top.
This is all random, so I think everyone started off with extra gold, which would explain... Did I just see a soul ring on someone?
And the
Omni Knight, yeah, with the soul ring.
Bottle as well for the Zeus.
Okay, so slightly different from normal. Zeus against Magnus on the mid. This is, it should be an okay lane for Magnus. He's got quite a big large hit point pool, yeah. Getting a deny and nearly a last hit, so...
He's also picked up a magic stick to start off with, so then you can get the quick regen, because Arc Lightning is very spammable.
No last hit so far, just denies. One last hit, but from the Ursa on a creep. Good job. And it's tri-lane here up on top. Quite strong one, I'd say. Lion, Omni Knight, and this should leave Bloodseeker with plenty of free space to farm up and start ganking at level 6 or 7.
It's quite a nice tri-lane, because if you get in close and get the Hex and the Earth Spike, that means that the Bloodseeker can come in, use the Blood Rage to silence him, and Omni Knight can use his Purification to deal a lot of damage.
And got Elder Titan off the lane, taking a bit of harassment, getting cold feet, but taking the AA, taking a lot of right-click damage here. He's actually going to get frozen up, and they're just going to continue right-clicking. But I don't think they're going to quite bring him down here, but I think that salve was just cancelled. So, definitely being forced. I was literally about to say, I don't think this Elder Titan can die on this lane, but if he sticks around too long under the cold feet, he's going to take a lot of damage. And Morphling has quite a lot of right-click power.
I feel like the Morphling and Ancient Apparition could have dived that a tiny bit, because all it needed was one or two more last hits, right clicks, and that would have been a kill.
Elder Titan is sticking around. He's still got 2 tangos, so that'll bring him up to almost full health, so he doesn't take too much harassment. And Zeus here with the haste rune is going to try and catch out the top rune, but it's not going to spawn top, it's going to spawn bottom, and it is a DD rune. Magnus now does not have his bottle, but that will be on the way shortly, I imagine. So currently we have some sentries coming out to deward these blocked up camps. We've got to talk about this, and it's nicely done by the Radiant to block up the easy pull camp. But there is also some aggressive dire wards here as well, which, especially this mid one, spotting out the rune and any movement Zeus might make to the top lane.
Yeah, there's some nice positioning, just kind of being able to spot out anyone who comes through the top to possibly gank the Clockwork, sorry. And also blocking up the ball spot, but it's... Yeah. Oh, he's just lost vision of the ward. Oh no. For some reason he hesitated on the dewarding map. Oh well.
That was strange, but Clockwork it's actually been zoned out quite strongly. It's still only level 1, whereas the supports for the Dire, the Lion and the Omni Knight are level 2. And he might get caught out here, sapping some mana. That will take him down to nothing here. He doesn't have any power cogs now. He's going to try and right-click this Omni Knight, but the Omni Knight can heal up and then use his Soul Ring. He's taking a lot of damage here, but he does have Bottle, to be fair. So
yeah, I almost feel like they could have potentially killed the Clockwork. I don't know why I keep forgetting his name. If the Lion had gotten Earth Spike.
Yeah, this is a little strange. I mean, you do normally maybe level 1 get the Hex, Or, well, I like getting Earth Spike, because although the duration isn't as long, anywhere near as long, you can get multiple targets. But I guess in this lane, against a single Clockwork, it's probably better.
Yeah, I mean, you have the 2.5 second duration over the 1 second. Obviously
We missed first blood. No. I'm guessing that was the Morphling wave forming over and killing off the Elder Titan there.
Yeah, he also has Chilling Touch on top of that, so getting the extra damage.
This is the off lanes for both heroes, for both teams, are pretty nasty, and that can be seen.
Clockwork potentially rotating.
Oh, I think he's just like, give me some experience, please. He's not having a good game. At least there are some levels on the Elder Titan and a few last hits, whereas Clockwork's got 0 last hit, 0 denies. And to be fair, it's not his fault or anything. He is up against this horrible tri-lane.
But speaking of last hits, we have the Bloodseeker sitting at 25 of 10, and considering he's just been free farming, it's kind of expected that he would be leading. Whereas the Morphling has to contend with the Astral Spirit, which could make him hesitate to go for some of the last hits.
So I'd say at the moment Dire is slightly out on top, mainly due to the last hits and the fact that Elder Titan has had some, he's level 5 now and he does have some last hits and some boots. Whereas Clockwork just sitting on a bottle at the moment, but Clockwork's okay. Once he's got the levels, he can start doing some stuff with his cogs and battery assault and his hookshot.
Yeah, and level 6 has been picked up from Magnus, so he's got RP now. Whereas the Zeus, he's still only level 5.
Yeah, I think Zeus is pretty squishy, so he's going to have to watch out for, I think Magnus could solo kill him, potentially if he gets him just a little bit lower.
I quite like what the Bloodseeker has done. He's got some levels and moved off into the jungle, giving the supports some experience that has been, whilst it's still shared, it's only shared between 2 rather than 3, and some last hits to get the items they need.
He's got the Gloves of Haste and 1500 gold, so I'm guessing this will be a Midas. 6 minutes is pretty damn good.
Yep.
But he has had free farm, so to be expected, but nicely done, all the same. This Magnus probably going to try and scout out this regen room, which will really help. And this is the sort of time you'd expect Magnus to probably try and maybe make some ganks happen, but I guess he could be probably quite... Yeah, here we possibly go. Might try and find the Ursa in the jungle. No one around. So I reckon they probably can't kill off the Morphling, just due to his waveform away, unless it gets used. But the Ancient Apparition is dead. He's going to fire out the shockwave and the skewer into the RP. The skewer didn't hit anyone, so he didn't get any damage from that. And like we said, Morphling... Actually, this is turning around. The Morphling right-clicking the Elder Titan, but AA did go down. I think Magnus, with his 1 charges, gets away. The Zeus ulti there being used to finish off the Elder Titan, I think. Yep. So
yeah, I guess they didn't really anticipate the power of the Morphling, and as it is only a level 1 RP, it only does 50 damage.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the skewer did sort of kind of split them down the middle. I mean, it did set him up for a lovely RP, but that doesn't mean he's gonna get killed.
Yeah, unfortunately, he really needed a haste rune or an invis rune so he could pull off a better RP.
Yeah. But at least he's, scaring them off a little bit. It's now 2-1. Bloodseeker still ahead of last hits, but the Ursa in the jungle is starting to catch up now. He's got that... he's actually finished off the full Vlad, so he'll be looking to go into the Roche pit. Magnus checking it out. He's got his arcane boots and probably going to be moving into a bling dagger. Would not like to say who has late game here, but my gut reaction would be the Radiant. Due to the Morphling.
However, the Ancient Apparition is going to die here.
AA getting killed off here, but Magnus has been cold feeted up, and Zeus just needs to throw out 1 more lightning bolt, and that will probably be the death of Magnus yet. So not actually a good trade here. You may now continue.
Yeah, I think having the Morphling, Ursa, and Clockwork is a stronger lineup than a Bloodseeker, Magnus, and Elder Titan.
Yeah, I think the mid game though of the Dire is pretty awesome. Elder Titan getting gone on here by the Zeus, who's used the haste rune. He's going to continue diving here. Shot lightning bolt up in 1 time. He's going to stomp, And this is nicely done, actually. The Zeus is going to take a lot of tower damage. Does finally kill him off, due to the fact that this stomp is only level 1. Magnus, lovely skewer through the tree line, and then the shockwave finishing off the already low Zeus after diving in on the tower. Lion taking a little bit of cold feet here, getting a little chilly, but he's going to run away.
I feel like the Zeus needed to throw down his ult a bit earlier, because that would have provided the vision that he would needed to actually see the Elder Titan, to then throw down another lightning bolt to kill him off before he get the sleep off. So he took less damage from the tower.
Yeah, I was going about the mid game. I think of the Dire is awesome. With the once the Magnus gets his blink dagger, Bloodseeker is pretty good mid game as well.
Yeah, if they can combo up an RP and a Earth Splitter, an Earth Splitter, then that's going to be a very deadly combo.
Yeah. And possibly a nice purification.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you then have the supports with the AoE Earth Spike, purification.
Possibly Aghanim's Lion. And
yeah, he gets enough farm.
Yeah, the Radiant's... Well, he's not doing too badly at the moment. The Radiant's top tower is going to go down, so this is the first tower of the game. So a nice injection of gold for the supports.
Radiant's top tower has been destroyed.
Having said that, mid game of the Dire, you have got the Ice Blast and the Thunder God's Wrath to try and get them down to the what's it called?
Shattering distance.
That's the one. Yeah. Shattering threshold. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, that is a very good point. And if they get caught in that, these squishy supports are gonna, they're gonna melt quite quickly, especially when the high damage from the Morphling. And working towards what is most probably a Lincoln's with the Ring of Health. Or no, it wouldn't be that.
Radiant's middle tower is being attacked.
Because a Ring of Health does not build into a Skadi. And the Dire pressuring this middle tower. I'm not sure if the Clockwork is positioning himself. And AL flying in. It's actually going to hit on no one here. Clockwork still sitting ready. He's got a nice... He could get a hook shock in now, but he doesn't have any support considering there are now 4 of the Dire pushing in on this mid tower. Bloodseeker getting hit by a rocket.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He now has treads, and it's only going to get higher with that Midas that he's got. There's no other Midases on to the on the Radiant side. Ursa still hasn't picked up his Vlads yet for some reason. He also has phase boots. He's just happy to sit in the jungle and jump out someone in a bit.
He can jump out all he wants, but he doesn't have the movement speed to keep up with them.
Oh, this AA is flying in. It's going to land on, well, it hits 2 and hits another 2. So they're going to have to back off here now. I think the Magnus has been shielded up by the Omni Knight. They really want this tower. They're going to keep going. Hex up onto the Morphling, but I don't think they're going to do anything else. They've got the tower, they've got the objective, they're going to run away. The Omni Knight ulti being used just to secure their getaway, I think. But here the Radiant are chasing down. The Omni Knight Morphling has a lot of movement speed, but there's still 5 of the Dire grouped up. Could this be a fake back? Is that what they call it? Magnus does have his RP. He might use it here. No, waveform through 4. That was really good. And another A ult flying in with the Zeus ult. Lovely hookshot onto the Omni Knight. 3 skewer after the RP, but he's going to get cold feeted up here. Lion right clicking. Can they kill off the Zeus? Yes. Even though that was up here, there was a chance it would miss. Lion throwing out his ult. He's got to get another right click. Oh, the Morphling strengthening up. Although the Bloodseeker here now has a chance to clear up clocks. Clockwork throws out the clocks. And this is a 3-for-3 trade at the moment, a very long team fight. Meanwhile, Ursa is fighting up Roche.
It is excellent play there by the Lion.
Dire's top tower
using the trees and the kind of lack of vision to just be able to evade them enough for the Bloodseeker to come back in and just finish them off.
I thought the Dire were going to be absolutely screwed, but with the A ult and the Morphling waveform landing on at least 4, along with God's Wrath from the Zeus. Thunder God's Wrath.
It's a great kind of counter initiation from the Radiant there, but unfortunately,
especially in this sort of clutch area on the steps, you can catch a lot of people out. Lion taking a lot of damage from the cold feet and the now level 4 lightning bolt, which deals a lot of damage. AO? No, that wasn't AO. That was a Clockwork rocket.
But it's nicely played there by the Omni Knight. He used Repel on the Lion so that he only stayed at 100 health rather than tick down to his potential death, but I think as it's only level 1, he probably would have just been okay.
Lion saving up 1600 gold. I would recommend accept this
However,
to be. Hey, ult flying is going to land on 3. That's really good done. They're going to have to back off here now unless they want to face the wrath of the Thunder God, which is probably on cooldown. No, it's off cooldown now. And once again, the repel being used on the Elder Titan stops some of the magic damage coming from their ice shard.
Yeah, I feel like if the Zeus and the Ancient Apparition were really kind of communicating together, they could combine the two and kind of possibly even kill someone off.
Yeah. Right now, I feel like the Radiants probably they have the advantage. So I think they need to push down this tower if possible. A ult flying in again. It's going to land on 2 only, the Bloodseeker and the Elder Titan. Not too much to scare off the Bloodseeker, who can heal back up in a bit. But he's standing quite far forward. He's going to have to be careful. But there's no initiation unless the Ursa. No, Ursa's farming top. He's got the Aegis.
There is a blink dagger now on the Magnus, so he's standing far back, so they don't spot him out, so he can blink in an RP.
They get their combo off. I think the Radiant are pretty screwed with the Ancient Apparition. Zeus and Morphling, when he's at higher agi, is pretty squishy, but he's got Ultimate Orb already. So not too bad, not too bad. And this Ursa has been allowed to just farm up, which could be disastrous later.
Cheeky Lion.
Cheeky Lion going around,
the,
hexing up 2-man Spike and a lovely RP onto 2 and a skewer back. This is going to be the end of Zeus and Ancient Apparition, but there's only 2 supports at the moment. Lion having to use, well, that waveform actually doing quite a lot of damage after Bloodseeker uses ult. Strengthening up, Clockwork throwing out his clocks. They're going to keep going. Magnus going to right click down this Magnus and Clockwork just TPing out. Smart decision here. Morphling now on high strength. And that will spell the end of it. So only 2 heroes go down for the Radiant. But this will also be a tower.
It was nicely played by that Lion. Come round, give the vision so the Magnus can then blink RP.
Saying that, the Ursa has also taken the tier 1 top tower. A ult flying in, it's going to be lovely, lands on 5. And this Elder Titan actually might go down. The repel saving the Elder Titan's life easily. Lion having to TP back, will he survive? Yeah, not a problem. So this Bloodseeker running away from Clockwork did throw out his ult. Morphling, yeah, he's in trouble here. Skewer onto only 2 there, dealing quite a lot of damage. Omni Knight's ulti being thrown, going to save them, and this Morphling's got to run away. He's silenced up, and he's dead. And here comes the Ursa, right clicking down, that's 1 down. This is going to be 2, no, the Omni Knight obviously has his aura, only level 1 at the moment. Silenced up onto the Ursa, doesn't mean he hits very hard at the moment. But actually it's only level 1, I think.
I think it's a bit foolish to kind of blood rage the Ursa when he can blink and just do that.
There we go, he's pretty screwed. Wow, he's doing it again. I guess this stops maybe the
Ancient Apparition are coming in.
Yep,
Lands
Magnus.
on the Magnus.
Skewer's going to skewer him back. Ursa's blowing these people up. I don't think Bloodseeker can man-fight this now. And the thing is, Ursa has Aegis, so he's going to keep going. Although I think he should back off now. He's going to die. He needs to get into a sensible position. Aegis is being popped. He's actually in trouble.
He can
here.
blink away now.
If he's got time.
He gets the time right.
That was really well done by the Lion. Timed that perfectly, the Hex. And he's actually going to die. Money split across them, because the tower got the last hit, I believe.
Yeah, it was kind of great clean-up from the Ursa, but as you can see, he definitely overstepped his boundaries there.
So yeah, that was a great team fight.
He was able to buy an Ogre Club before he died, so he didn't lose that much money.
I imagine that would be a BKB. Definitely needed
and
against
Zeus
this.
going to fall to the Bloodseeker. Unfortunately caught out with a Rupture and then a 4-staff.
This Omni Knight pick it up is actually really good against the global strat of the Zeus and the AA. Here we have the Radiant. Oh, there goes my PlayStation Lite camera. Yeah, so it looks like the Radiant's pushing up here now. Lion now has his Blink Dagger. He's hexed up the Sir Chewbacca, and finishing him off there with the fingering of death.
Yeah, I've only just realised that Lion has picked up a Blink Dagger, so he can set up a very powerful initiation with the Hex or the Spike.
Here, the Dire pushing in mid. And I think this is going to be relatively uncontested for the moment.
Radiant's middle
AL
tower is
flying in.
under
It's
siege.
going to land on 4, I imagine. Unless they get back quickly. No, it's going to land on all 4, yep. They're still going to push this tower. They can heal up. It's only a
Radiant's
level
middle
1
tower is
level
being
1 ice
attacked.
shards at the moment. Ice blast even.
Yeah, I mean they can push it fairly uncontested because even with the Ice Blast, even with the Thunder God's Wrath, they have the power of the Omni Knight to repel them and heal them.
Yep.
So they don't really have to back off. And as you can see, they're already coming back in.
Lion smoking. I was going to drain some mana. Smoked up. That's going to bring up to full health. I'm going to have to remember that one. That was pretty awesome. I don't know if you saw that.
I caught it a bit. The Magnus blinked in under the tower, but unfortunately wasn't behind the target to then skewer them forward.
AL is going to land on no one. But unfortunately for the Dire, the Radiant are split pushing in top and bottom, so they've TP'd back. The Bloodseeker is going to try and take on this
Radiant's middle tower
Morphling,
is under attack.
and the Magnus for
If
the
that's something you care
Ursa's
about.
TPing back to try and defend mid. And
A
I
nice
think this
hex by the
Morphling-
Lion there to cancel the TP of the Morphling, and he falls.
Yeah. Didn't realise this Bloodseeker had a 4 staff. Bit of the cheesy build. I don't like it, but maybe paid off in this situation.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, even with the 4 stuff, you can't stop the TP. So Morphling very kind of rightly tried to TP away, but Lion was able to catch him out with the Blink Dagger.
Yeah, Clockwork got a lovely hook shot onto Elder Titan, and then Ursa blinked into the
Dire's
cogs
middle tower
and
is
got
being
fucked.
attacked.
So now beating down on this tower,
Yeah.
and I don't think they can actually stop their push.
Not while Elder Titan's down, I don't think.
No.
Although this Omni Knight's got a lovely. No, he's not going to pick up this Invis Rune. He's going to go to the Magnus. And that's level 3 Necro, but Ursa stunned up, fingered, skewered back, and that's going to be his downfall. That was well done. This Lion is doing overtime.
I guess I was kind of incorrect saying that they couldn't defend it.
So yeah, Necro 2 onto the, well, currently probably coming on the Courier possibly. Yeah, it's going to be on the Courier now. So they're going for this push, which I think they need to. They need to press the advantage while they can.
Yeah, I mean, the Morphling, he's got his
Radiant's middle tower is under
Lincolns. For
siege.
some reason, it has. Oh, that's right. He needs to bring the Perseverance.
Once again, AR flying in. The Omni Knight is using Purification for some reason. Although, does it? It didn't look like it healed.
It shouldn't have done.
No. It's like we're going to group up here. Ursa's down for a bit, so I think they can take this tower while he's away. He's the major threat at the moment, apart from the whole combo stuff. Rupture used on a
Radiant has
duplicate
fortified its
replicate.
structures.
Yeah.
And fortification, but the Ursa is here now. Nothing happening so far, just seeing each other out, and the Ursa blinks in, and he's just going to kill this Omni Knight. No problems at all. AL flying out. It's going to hit on just the one with the Thunder God's Wrath. Bloodseeker actually using that 4 staff to good effect, but the Magnus did get an RP and a skewer until his death. The Elder Titan's ulti flying out and hitting on quite a lot, but none of the Radiant are down at the moment. 2 for the Dire, and they're going to have to run away now.
Radiant's top
But
tower
this Elder
is
Titan
under
is in a lot of trouble. The waveform and the what was it, adaptive strike enough to bring him down.
Radiant's
4
top
star.
tower is under attack.
It's
You're
Bloodseeker.
really losing now.
What tonight was this? Was this
Well,
Lion being
back to my
ballsy?
Mad-libs.
Yeah, he blinked in, got the finger off, and was able to just catch out the Zeus.
3 mana spike. Nice. He's actually going to get away here because he's got a blink.
Yeah, you can just blink into the trees and
Radiant's
TP
top
home.
tower is
Damn, I'm
under
liking this
attack.
line. But this Bloodseeker's going back in again. He's going ham. Crazy. He did rupture up the A, who's very low. And with the Omni Knight, this could actually be a big turnaround.
Dire's
Hex onto the
bottom
Ursa,
tower
but this
is
Lion
being
is going to
attacked.
melt if he's not careful. The creep wave saving him. For once, the creeps are doing something good. For some reason, Blood Rage
Dire's
used on the
bottom tower
Ursa.
is
Let's make him
under
hit even
siege.
harder. Bloodseeker's moving fast, and there's Magnus skewering back the Ursa. But, oh, one more right click. But Omni Knight
Dire's
is being
bottom
saved by
tower
his
is under
ulti,
attack.
or at least preventing any further damage, like the Clockwork. AO
No.
flying in. Is it going to hit on anyone? No, it's just going to damage creep wave.
Dire's bottom tower is
Yeah, a
being
rocket came in
attacked.
and almost finished off the Omni Knight, but thankfully, due to the Guardian Angel, he was just above the killing threshold for the rockets.
Magnus here has picked up a Perseverance. I'm thinking Refresher. And they need it. They really need it.
Fresh would be very nice. If he can sustain it with the mana pool.
Yeah. Necro 3 now up on the Bloodseeker. I think this is really good, especially against. Well, they're kind of doing this push, trying to get this mid game over with, and finish it off.
Yeah, I mean, so you can kind of bring down the towers before you get them morphling, kind of hitting hard with either a E-Blade or a Skadi.
Yeah, and I like
the picks up any kind of powerful items as well.
Elder Titan getting right clicked by this Morphling, but Morphling's going to have to be a little careful, but he's going to go out to his replica. Just missing the Elder Titan, otherwise the Zeus Thundergod's Wrath might have finished him off there. Lion looking to be a bit more cheeky. He's nearly he's not too far from his Aghanims, which I think is a really smart idea. He's got to be careful of this Ursa. They're going to try and pick him off now.
Yeah, it's a smart play for him to wait for Magnus to come in, because he definitely couldn't kill him by himself.
There we go. Blink, Hex, ulti used onto the Ursa. He's now down to half health. Is this going to be a skewer back maybe? No, he's going to right click down this Magnus, but Purification from the Omni Knight finishing him off, no problems. He was being a little greedy sitting that far out. He's now got 60 seconds till he's back, and they're going to probably take another tower here.
Yeah, I think without the Ursa on the front lines, they can't really do anything. I mean, the Clockwork does have his blade mail up now, and so he can reflect some damage, but he can't really output the damage back just like an Ursa can.
Landing on 2. Well, will just repel himself. And I think this will be continue with the push. Currently, the net worth of Bloodseeker is way high. What with the Midas, Necro 3, and the 4 stuff.
The Morphling took mid tower to kind of as a trade-off, but a tier 1 for a tier 2 isn't really worth it.
No. But if there's nothing you can do, you might as well try and do something in the downtime while you're waiting around. So
it's
okay.
better than nothing.
So we'll be back for this possible high ground push. We shall see whether they decide to go it, and I think they will. Well,
I mean, it's
one thing I did notice was when Bloodseeker spawns the Necro units, he then Blood Rages one of them.
Give it extra damage. I mean, why not?
I think that's really cool. I've never seen that done before. AA also going towards this Aghanims. He's 1500 off. It's going to fly and it's going to land on actually no one. And this Zeus getting yules himself up actually. He's going to have to run away, but he goes down to the Bloodseeker. Right clicks down onto the Omni Knight. And I think this is going to be the death of the Bloodseeker without too much of trouble. Is he going to get away? No, he's not going to get away. Lovely RP onto 2 at the moment. He's lots of damage. Here comes the Lion. He doesn't quite have his Aghanims on him, so that wasn't huge damage. So 2 for 3, and they're going to press their advantage here. Lion sucking some mana from the Morphling, but he's going to strength up. Lion missing his Earth Spike. That was the first mistake I've seen from him. Hex, they want to keep going, but Morphling's way too tanky.
Yeah, that was unfortunately kind of the Earth Spike was misplaced by the Lion, because they definitely could have killed the Morphling.
Saying that, I'm not sure they could have.
He was out of mana due to the mana drain and also the Necro minions.
Yeah.
So he couldn't do anything.
This Morphling's had a bit of a tricky game.
Yeah, he's
got the Lincolns now.
And he's got a Blade of Alacrity, so possibly going into Manta style.
Yeah. For some reason my first thought with the Blade of Alacrity was a Diffusal Blade, but that'd be a bit strange.
No, I think Manta would be a better pickup here.
Aeol once again flying out. It's going to land on 2, but more just trying to keep you back than you're going to die.
Yeah, with the Omni Knight pickup, using the repel means the Ice Blast is pretty much kind of negated completely on one hero.
Yeah, I was about to say Magnus needs to get out of here. Whoa, lovely hook shot onto the Clockwork, but it's going to skewer out, and this actually could be the death of Clockwork. He's not careful, but he does have the blade mail. Stunning up the Omni Knight. He's going to have to repel himself, possibly. He should repel himself, but he's dead. No. Where's the Aeol? Or the Ursa. Guardian Angel keeping him alive just for a little bit longer, the Aeol. Not actually going to hit on him because he died.
Yeah, it's using the Lightning Bolt to kind of finish him off.
I want to make this point, like the Magnus, now he's in Viz. This is going to be a pretty good setup for an RP. which is now up, and he's not far from his refresher. Magnus and Viz going to skewer both the illusion and the Morphling himself back, but it's going to amount to nothing really.
Yeah, unfortunately, due to the Lincolns, the spike procced it, and so he didn't get the stun off of him.
Do not blood rage the Ursa. This Curious here is walking along beside them, blinking from the Lion. The ulti from the what is it? Rupture onto the Ursa, and he's actually going to die. He's the only one there. A ult flying in. He's going to hit on Ballad.
So the Morphling's going to be able to pick up the line at the back if he can get vision of him.
Jukes!
Yep,
Keep going. The Hex, the Jukes. Blood rage used on
silences them up, so
Morphling.
he can't.
I think this is a smart thing.
Reform.
Blink back. Skewer. Just a few more right clicks. Or the skewer. Shockwave will be fine.
Where's the Thunder God's Wrath when you need it?
Yeah. Dire definitely ahead at the moment. They need to keep pushing. They need to keep pushing.
There have been some very nice players coming out from everyone on the Dire now. Been very impressed by them.
AO. Lion, watch out. He's fine. And this tier 3 tower is pretty low. It was being sieged while there was stuff going on mid. The Radiant can see what they're doing at the moment though, due to this lovely ward here. That's Refresher finished on Magnus.
But unfortunately, he is very far back in case they initiate a fight whilst he's not there.
Nah, I don't really know why the Radiant would. There's going to be a tower going down.
Radiant's bottom tower has
500, is it 500 pure damage going on to the Ancient Apparition there? Hook shot onto 2, trapping the Magnus and the Omni Knight. I don't think that's going to be too much. Ulti used by the Magnus because of the refresh, but he goes down.
Oh god, the Lion Agnim's ulti, destroying 2 there.
That was massive. He's blinking away. So that would have been a horrible trade if it wasn't for the ulti there from the Lion, but this Omni Knight will go down, so it's 2 for 4 trade. Slightly overextension there by the Radiant.
Yeah, the Ursa managed to pick up his BKB just before that fight, and so he was able to kind of pretty much get away scot-free throughout the whole thing.
Yeah. Now that this BKB is up on the Ursa, he can really make an effect in fights now unhindered. Although there is the RP.
Yeah, RPs and the Rupture are the only things that can kind of take him down.
Yeah, so still quite a lot. Blade Mail. I think this is Blade Mail's always good when you're playing against an Ursa.
And the Ursa is going to take down Roshan, which is very good considering that 3 heroes for the Dire are dead still.
And he's actually, with the 2 Blades of Alacrity, he's going for Diffusal Blade, which I think is very smart.
Yeah, I mean, now that the Fury Swipes is no longer a unique attack on modifier, he can get away with it.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Yeah, I was wondering whether he was going to go between Deso, Skadi, or Diffusal, and he's going for the Mana Drain.
I think it's really good, because this Magnus doesn't have the biggest... he's got enough, he doesn't have enough for RP, Refresher and RP if he needs to. But if he gets a few hits from the Ursa, he won't have enough to be able to do it again.
Dire's middle tower is under siege.
Yeah, it is a very costly combo to do the double RP.
Ult flying in. It's not going to really hit on anyone. The effect being applied to Elder Titan Magnus. That's it. They've caught out the Ursa, but he's on the other side of the wall.
Unfortunately, due to the
Bloodseeker using his ulti. Stop moving, Ursa, you're going to die. He's actually going to go down here, but it doesn't matter. He does have the Aegis. Thunder God's Wrath. Not actually doing anything at the moment. Is there going to be a fight here? I don't think there should be. Clockwork did manage to hook onto someone. RP, but he's dead.
He killed himself on the Blade Mail.
Whoa! Holy moly!
God.
The finger there, getting them really low, and then the Elder Titan. I think that was it got a double kill in the end. The RP seemed to last for ages. Ursa coming with the BKB, he's going to finish off this one, apart from he uses his ulti, so he's going to have to get back here. Morphing wants to go back in. Hex dispelling that Lincoln's for now. 2 trapped into the cogs here, this could be very dangerous here. Bloodseeker going down. And the only one left alive is the Lion.
Yeah, the Ursa blinked inside the cogs, and you don't want to be trapped in there with an Ursa.
Yeah, this is quite a strong combo actually, Ursa Clockwork. This Lion has got to get out of there. He's going in the trees and TPing out. Smart move.
I mean, the Die have excellent team fight. I mean, as shown there, you've got the RP, the Ursa and the Lion ult. But unfortunately, as soon as they've blown that, they have no follow-up, just because they're primarily magic damage.
Yeah.
And so if the Ursa survives and the Morphling survives that, then they can just kind of clean up and pick off the heroes, as they just did in that fight.
Yeah. If we have a look at kills deaths, the Lion is 11 for 1. He's doing fantastic, and behind him is the Ursa at 10 to 6. So he's died a few times. He's now got this Diffusal Blade, and that's another good point. Is the actual Diffusal Blade active ability will slow them down even more.
Yep.
It's got to be a dead target. And yeah, let's have a look. I haven't brought up the graphs yet. So XP is actually slap bang in the middle. It was very much in the favour of the Dire, but now back in the middle. And
the gold,
still in the Dire.
Should be, due to the towers. It's in favour of the Die, as you said. Yep.
This Ursa is starting to get very scary now.
Yeah, I mean, whilst he is mainly a mid-game hero, he can transition if you get something like a heart on him, so he's more survivable, and it also gives him more damage due to his enrage.
Hex up onto the Ancient Apparition, but this Lion is actually, I think he's overstepped himself too far now. AO flying in, it's going to land on absolutely no one but Clockwork. Lovely hook in onto the Lion. Skewer actually skewers out the Clockwork, but the Thunder Gods are finishing off the Lion. AA is extremely low. Where is he? He goes down to Necro units. And Ursa RP'd, but he's so slow. Magnus is he's got Refresher, so he can use it to skewer if he needs to, but the Blink. So the Purge not doing too much at the moment. He's gonna have to use it. Blink.
I still don't think that he can escape. Oh.
He did have to blow everything, and the Ursa's still here on half his health.
Yeah, I mean, 2 RPs and 2 skewers, and still the Ursa stands. I feel like the power of the Dire it's kind of waning.
Dwindling.
Yeah.
Dwindling and waning.
Well, they get 2 towers, and they can probably get a third on the bottom here.
Yeah, this will bring the XP, the gold right back middle, I reckon. Or at least they now have the experience of Argent. And this Clockwork, not having a great start, he's got some lovely hooks, and he's got 3,200 gold as well.
And it's going to be a Manta very shortly for the Morphling. He just needs 30 more gold. Yes. So just the general overtime money gain, pick that up. Yeah. Boots of Travel for the Ursa.
Yeah,
means he
smart.
can just kind of TP to lanes, just get some farm, take down a tower and TP away again.
Yeah. And a Veil as well. Some big items now for the Radiant after that winning team fight.
Yeah, we haven't really talked that much about the item progression for some of the Dire heroes. The Elder Titans picked up a Blade Mail and a Plate Mail.
That'll be an AC, I imagine.
Or a Shivas, I mean, either way.
Or Shivas, yeah, that's a good point.
Get good armor, and they're both powerful in their own respects.
And here comes another fight. AL flying in, and it's getting blown up here. The Morphling finishing off the Bloodseeker, and they're just going to have to TP out, but that's not enough. They're gone. Three of the Radiant just blew up straight away. What with this Morphling Ursa?
Yeah, I mean, the Rupture was put out on the Ursa, and he just didn't care. He just kept on running around, trying to find targets.
Yeah. He didn't even have to use his BKB, Lion. He's going to have to run. And he's out of there. Where's the Magnus? So he's trying to push top, and that's, I think, the best choice that he can do at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, without the Magnus to be able to throw down the RPs and the kind of the Shockwave Skewer, they just don't have enough lockdown or damage to be able to kill any of the Radiant.
I feel like a good item both teams could have got at this point would be a pipe.
Yes. Pipe on either team would be kind of exceptional.
I think Elder Titan probably maybe should have picked up a pipe, but I mean the Blade Mail is, awesome.
Lion uses ulti to farm creeps due to the 20-second cooldown.
I think he got to at this point.
He's doing exceptional. He's 2,000 gold.
That was a 3-man RP. He's going to try and RP again. He RPs. Oh, he doesn't get it off. Now he gets it off. Another lovely one there. They're all really low. Just right-clicking down this.
Morphling strengthening up.
He's strengthening up.
On the way.
They're not going to be able to kill him. There's no stuns.
Unfortunately, Velocity used Rupture, but Lincoln's procced it.
No, it's actually, I don't think that TP choice was the right thing to do, but that was well played by the Magnus there.
I'm not sure if he had Waveform, because obviously the better choice would be Waveform into the tree line and then TP.
Yeah.
I still feel with 4 heroes after you, there's not really much you can do.
Lion going on to this Ursa, but he's going to run away quickly. I meant the Lion, but the Ursa can run away as well. He doesn't know what else is there, to be fair. Plus he needs to defend. There are some exposed racks here for the Radiant.
And it's off.
And I like this aggressive ward here placed by the Radiant. You can spot anyone out.
The warding has been kind of very good on both sides.
Yeah.
Because the Lion being 11 for 2 means that he's had a lot of money to get his items as well as keep the wards coming and going.
Yeah. Bloodseeker gone for an S and Y. He's going to try and sort of transition to a more right clicker after this 4-star fan pushing from the Necro units.
Yeah, I mean, the strategy for the pushing, I mean, it works well in the early game as long as you can kind of get the towers down and you can keep the momentum up. But he just didn't have the right click to follow anything up in team fights.
The Dire here is in a lot of the Dire's in a lot of trouble at the moment.
Unfortunately, they didn't see any of the Dire.
And they're actually going to stick around and probably push bottom, actually.
This Lion is
screwed.
He's very dead.
He is screwed. He's going to use his ulti. Use it! Use it!
It's a 20-second cooldown, you might as well.
I think it was a mistake not using it, but I don't think it would have amounted to anything. But the Dire are going to try and loop in around the back here. Lion's going to fly back with all that money he has.
And considering it does 1,000 damage, I mean, he might as well.
They've been spotted out by the flare. Got Thunder God's Wrath being used. Ursa, 4-staff's actually counting him for a little bit until he gets into range. And this is also, L-Titan is also going to go down. No problems at all.
Yeah,
Hook shot onto the Magnus. Nicely done. The AL flying out, but he's going to walk into it. That was a little unfortunate for him.
Yeah, it was a very nice snap to strike by the Morphling onto the Omni Knight because he was about to either heal himself or use Guardian Angel, and then he would have been kind of that much more survival and potentially been able to TP away.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I think this is a Rax down, no questions asked.
Yeah, there's nothing they can do to defend. Oh, a very nice shot.
That was very good. And his Bloodseeker's in a lot of trouble here.
Yeah.
Okay, first set of racks down on the game, and Ursa's going to keep pushing his can. He's on 25. Aop flying out onto the Nil.
You're allowed to start trying now.
Yeah, I mean, all the Ursa needs to do now is pick up a heart, and then he's maxed out.
AA's gone back to try and defend, which is smart. They don't want to, you know, a little bit of Rax damage isn't the greatest. Here we go. 4-staff and the Rupture used onto the Ursa, but he's really tanky at the moment. He's actually going to die, I think. Purification nicely used. Lionel's ulti onto the Morphling. That's 2 cores down. Definitely overstayed their welcome a bit there. But it is 1.5 racks.
And it's the range racks that's now down really low, and so it doesn't regen the health.
They can pick that up whenever.
You could almost say it's worth it getting the almost 2 full racks. Because I do feel like with the constant Ice Blast spam, with the Zeus spam, Zerd's Clockwork, I think they can defend.
For a minute, I think they might lose a Rax.
I mean, yeah, they'll probably lose bot racks, but I think that's all they'll lose.
Yeah, they wouldn't lose anything else. This tense game, 42 minutes in, 37-36. Could not really be any closer, to be honest. Apart from when you look at the experience graph, and then you realise maybe it's not such a close game.
I mean, yeah, even the gold graph. I mean, once was kind of constantly going for the Dire, is now massively in the Radiant.
It's just gonna land on just the Bloodseeker, so not too bad here.
Buyback from the Ursa.
Massive ultis coming out. Was that a refresher up on the Zeus? No. I just saw too many different things. Ursa using his BKB. He's going to try and right click through the Guardian Angel. but
unfortunately it didn't catch out on the Lion though, so he could have been able to pick him off.
making some mistakes here actually, because he diffusal bladed up the Lion, but then decided to go for the Magnus, who just blinked away. And he's got an RP refresher combo. Might be worth just to use it on the. Well, that was a little strange.
Going
Hexed up. Ursa hexed up. AL flying in. It's going to land on just the Elder Titan for now. The Ursa's still in there. It's being Yule sceptered up. He's going to have to skewer away. RP onto 4. And again, nicely done by the Lion and the Elder Titan. This is going to destroy them. Lovely team fight there. BKB popped by the Magnus. Says 2 buybacks from the Clockwork and the Zeus, and they need it. They really need it.
Yeah, that was a perfect combo by the Dire there. Just kind of the double RP, the finger, the Earth Splitter, and then the purification. It's amazing. Rupture up onto the Clockwork. Actually, no, it was on a creep.
We don't want that creep around. We want to push harder. Lion, he's now got his finger. He's going to try and wait for another combo, possibly. But Clockwork hook shotting in. The AO going to fly in. On, lands on one. Lion again doing lots of damage. There is a pipe now for the Radiant. This definitely needed this big chase. Skewer onto the blink back. I've never thought of doing that before. That was really good and a lovely hook shot, and that's going to be the death of the Magnus.
Yeah, he's been landing very good hook shots now, especially with the Agnim's upgrade being on a 12-second cooldown.
Yeah, and he's got 3k gold now. 3k gold now. So where was the pipe? Pipe up on the Ancient Apparition, and just a casual cloak for the Clockwork.
Yeah, I feel like if they didn't have that pipe there by the Ancient Apparition, the Zeus could have died to the Lion ulti.
Lion getting hook shotted, and that's his death as well. I'm surprised the Lion didn't react quicker. But AO flying in, it's going to push a little bit more. They're just going to go for the throne. I feel like they need to at least take another Rax. AO flying in, just going to hit on him.
I feel like they can afford to go straight throne, because whilst everyone's dead, they might as well push their advantage even more.
It's true, but
if they
don't
expose the Ancient, then the Dire have to constantly sit back and defend it.
They don't have the Ursa. I think they might want to go for Roshan, and this will be a cheese as well. So it's just the Elder Titan. Oh no, the Elder Titan and the Omni Knight at the moment. Not the best at clearing waves. They've got to watch out for a hookshot, I think, if they have vision.
A ultimate orb has been picked up by the Ursa. What do you think he's going to go into? I mean, he can't go Scatty because that won't stack with
Manta, maybe? It might be a bit late for Manta.
I'm not sure if Manta would go well with the sort of hero that Ursa is.
No. It could be a Skadi, but then that won't. He could just be using the Fusel Blade for the Purge.
True. I mean, he has BKB, so doesn't really need Lincoln, so the only thing would be a Scythe, which I guess would work well.
Actually, Scythe, yeah. But he's actually got 2. Oh no.
Oh, hook shot onto the Elder Titan.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble here. Bloodseeker's sticking around the edges now. But here comes the Ursa. Was it just one hit? That was destroyed. They're chasing down. Bloodseeker's being purged up. He's used Rupture. Again, a lovely RP. And it's going to be a second RP up.
Oh no!
That was a little
second
RP.
RP.
There, actually. So on the AO, not the AO, Elder Titan not being used, the Lion not being used there. Yep. So it's going to right click down, the Age is being used now. Clockwork goes down as well. He's down for 110 seconds. AO flying in. It's going to land on most of the team, but it's not really going to do much now.
Silenced up, but should be able to get away with a waveform shortly.
Sure, they have a lot of chase though.
Yeah, actually, yeah, with the Bloodseeker being so speedy.
Who the hell did AA just kill? Someone must have shattered. That was the other side shattering. And this Morphling is tanky, but not tanky enough, especially not for the Lion. He gets a finger in. And look at this creep wave pushing top. Who's brought back? This is Magnus. He's going to cleave through. This is going to be a huge injection of gold for him, actually.
Yeah, he's just sitting at 2100 gold, so I don't actually know what item he could go for next.
AO flying in. I don't know. Ooh, this Lion. Lion!
Yeah, he's standing right next to the Omni Knight, and so the repel. He'll be fine.
I'm not going to get bored of seeing that finger.
Yeah, Lion's going to be. He's not going to shatter at all.
No.
Zeus, he's getting reasonably close to his Aghanims. In fact, he has his Aghanims now.
That'll be very helpful. AA picked up a Ghost Scepter. They'll, well, could potentially be very dangerous.
Yes.
I'm not sure this is the right game, but I guess it might be okay once all the ultis have been used and he's still alive. But I think at this stage, A almost wants to just sit at the opposite end of the map and let fly with his ult.
Oh, Bloodseeker coming in.
Yeah, he's looking for a kill.
The Zeus.
He's ruptured up the Zeus. Zeus is going to be very careful, but he's actually just... He's backing off. I think he might have seen the AA.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if he can kill them solo. Because you have a lot of magical damage coming out from the Zeus, and he has his Veil.
He's now got 3,000 gold, so... I'm not really sure what you'd go for next.
Butterfly maybe, get that kind of even more damage.
I would say an Abyssal Blade would be good. For the
Yeah.
Ursa.
Lockdown would be very nice.
And the extra damage is also good, so maybe if he picks up a Relic shortly. Oh no, he's going to go BKB.
Double damage.
DD rune on the Ursa.
Do not get in his way.
God, he's hitting for 350. That's before he has the Enrage.
Yeah. This just casual ultimate orb at the moment, I'm not really sure.
Magnus could be kind of spotted out here.
He's in a lot of trouble, but he does have blink. He's going to blink and just TP away. Didn't quite TP into the correct tree line area, but they're not going to find him in time, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, they didn't have enough vision.
So
Oh, Scardy picked up by the Morphling.
yeah, he just had that. So he's going to be, and the Manta and the Lincolns. He's starting to come online now. He's going to be quite scary. So I think it's all going to come down to execution. I mean, the XP is it's 10,000 in favour of the Radiant, but I don't think that means very much at the moment, especially at this 50-minute mark.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't spoken much about the Omni Knight, who's got a mech and Aghanims.
Oh, this Aghanims. I haven't seen this
global
yet.
ult now.
Hex up onto the clockwork, and now stunned, waiting for the rest of the team. Rupture being used as well, so he's going to go down. He did pop the blade mail, but they can still kill him without too much of a problem.
Yeah, I don't really know why he is walking away there.
So clockwork buys back, and they've all TP back, and here comes the so he's going to right click down. But this 10-second Guardian Angel almost doing its work. Another lovely clockwork hook, and that's the death of 3 of the Dire heroes.
And yet again, it's the Lion who's walking away. Meanwhile, the Magnus is battling up against the Morphling on the top, but I don't think he can do anything against him.
He can't do much. He's got to be really careful. I mean, he does have the RP if need be, but Morphling is just more concentrated on getting his tower
Lion
down.
back up.
Oh, here comes the Lion, but a very quick reactions there, waveforming away to safety. Are there any buybacks? There aren't actually any buybacks for Bloodseeker because he just brought up
He
his
misses the skewer, and another lovely hook shot.
RP being used. He's going to have to try and use it again. Lion actually managed to land his ulti on 2, but it's not enough. That's a buyback from Magnus. And I think they're going to have to back off here, unless the Ursa comes in and it's going to sheep. You're right. That is the sheep. And that he's just gone. He's gone.
Yeah, and this should be GG now.
Yeah, it's going to be the last set of the racks. So, man, I wouldn't have liked to call this even 3 minutes ago. I wouldn't have known who'd won.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Magnus, he was caught up in the cogs of the clockwork who had blade mail on, and so he was just killing himself.
Yeah.
A finger out on the clockwork, but he's just too tanky.
Yeah. Now we're just going to have a little bit of fighting around the baseline. The El Titan throwing out his ult. It does secure a kill on the Zeus, but it's a Zeus. The tower going down. Here comes the Ursa BK being up, along with the Bloodseeker BK. But he can't fight up against an Ursa. He's going down. Sheep up onto the onto the Titan. GG, well played. Called by Sir Chewbacca, although that was from the other team. A very good game indeed.
Yeah, it's very well played by both teams. Unfortunately, though, the Dire, their lineup was kind of early to mid-game oriented.
Yeah. And they did get a really good start. I was very impressed by well, all of them actually.
Yeah, it was very well played. Unfortunately, though, the Ursa was kind of free farming a bit, and so when he did kind of come into fight eventually, he was able to kind of really kind of make an effort and kind of turn it back around for them.
Yeah. So points to be taken. Don't let Ursa get fat. he was left alone on his own for a bit, I think. And then when he finally came into the fight, things did not go so well for the Dire.
Yeah.
But the combo the Dire had was really good, and when they pulled it off...
Yeah, I mean, even kind of later on in the game, when everyone was so farmed, when they did pull it off, that unfortunately one time they were able to kind of kill off all the Radiant heroes.
So yeah, thank you guys for watching. That was actually a really entertaining game, so thank you for posting this one on the Reddit page. It was really good. And I'd also like to say thank you, Xebenkeck.
Thank you for having me.
And there'll be plenty more. Don't forget to subscribe.